unboxing the Logitech 305. I did do a little research, not on the product because that would have been smart, but actually on Logitech, because I think that, you know, in this day and age, I think most people are very much aware of, okay, I would like to believe that a lot of people, okay, I'd like to think that maybe some people, a few, care like where your products come from, or, you know, what the history of the company is, or, you know, sometimes just a little bit of knowledge goes a long way, you know, because knowing is half the battle. I think everybody knows where that's from. Okay, so we're unboxing the Logitech 305. And if it claims to do everything that it claims to do, such as be a mouse and be wireless, well then, I mean, if it has very limited latency and it can around a desk and not be too crazy, and then the clickers, the buttons, the clickers, okay, the buttons actually click. That would be kind of cool. Just looking at the box, okay. So I know some of you are just kind of into these things because you like aesthetics, and because marketers know you do, they like to make boxes appealing, because I don't know if people would buy as much stuff if the box wasn't cool. I mean, Apple products are cool, but they package them super sexy, and like that sells them, I think, sometimes more than the actual product to some degree. There are die-hard fans everywhere, so just take that with a grain of salt. Don't troll me, is what I'm saying. So anyhow, we are unboxing the Logitech 305. Now, I didn't do the research on this, but I did learn some things about Logitech. Curiously enough, there was a point in time back in the late 80s, I think, like 1980s, back in the 80s, there was a point where Logitech and HP were like, Logitech and HP were like under the same umbrella, and HP started using Logitech mice but branded them as HP mice. So for a while there, Logitech wasn't even really thought of, and I think that has a lot to do with how people think, like the general user thinks about Logitech. Like it feels like, oh, 80s, what were they doing in the 80s? Like, that's so long ago. Like, I don't remember Logitech from the 80s, or, you know, if you were that old, or you just think of Logitech as like something that came out around, you know, like the 2000s or something, and it really didn't strike a lot of people that I know of as being a product that was like superior to other products. It was solid. It's always, I think, as far as I know, it's always been a solid choice for electronics and peripherals and things like that. I mean, come on, the Swiss were involved. It's gonna work like a clock. Precision, right? Swiss clocks? Oh, they're dumb. Anyhow, so let's unbox this, okay? And let's see if it looks as cool as that. And I will just say that this, although in black, if you go to the Logitech website, they have this in lavender, turquoise, blue, white, and black, and blue. It's like a dark navy blue that almost looks black, but it's not black. It's like a non-committal black. It's black without the commitment. Okay, but the Logitech that I have purchased to accompany me on my trip with my HP Victus laptop is this 305. So shall we get into this? I think we shall. Okay, so seals everywhere. I have nails. So I won't be able to pull off the thing just as well as I did with the tape on the packaging of the laptop. So, all right, I'm gonna do something bad. Don't do this with your nails because, okay. All right, okay, I think I got it. Oh, I did. Okay, so, oh no. Oh no, I kind of sort of tore the box. That bums me out. So much for returning this one. Okay. I won't have to because, you know, it's gonna work perfectly. My expectations are low. So, of course, I'm gonna be excited about it, right? Because if it does even like remotely mouse things, oh man. Ah, fudge. Bummer. All because I wanted to pull it out of out of the box, like I did the, you know, the laptop. Right? It's empty. It's out of the box. But it's this conglomeration of stuff that came falling out of me. Okay. First things first. Hey, look. What's that? More paperwork. Oh, the small print. Look how tiny that print is. That's the small print. Okay, so this is a wireless mouse. Now, wireless mice have to have power. All things have to have power. Plants have to have power. This is why we have the sun. We have the sun solely because we have plants. Take that to the bank, because that's absolutely factual. The only reason why we have the sun is because plants need power. And just like plants need power, so does the mouse. And that form of power without a wire happens to be, let me make sure there's not two of these here. I haven't opened up the case or anything, so I'm going to assume this came out of the box. So I'm going to think, without reading the little book, that this has to go inside of this to make this do that. Okay. We're going to just set those down in my lap for a second. Here, I will actually like sit back and like set it on my lap so you still can't see. Okay, so but we're going to open up. There's something else in here. I can feel it. It's one of these, like, who thinks of these? I want to know who you are. Because you're like an origami master with cardboard and keeping things inside of boxes that are inside of boxes that are inside of boxes, which makes this like a multi-use, multiple box that I could, I don't know, give to a hamster. No. Recycle? Okay, we'll put that over there. Okay, so this, despite being a wireless mouse that needs a battery, obviously I'm not going to just stop everything I'm doing. I'm going to have a high hope here that this thing is rechargeable, because, is it rechargeable? Uh-oh. Maybe I need to start reading like the packaging beforehand. I might be sad with this mouse. I mean, I suppose it is, you get what you pay for, but I mean, it has this, which is like a USB thingy, right? Something more in there. I might actually have to read the little book. Okay. I'm going to pick up the mouse here and note, well, there is definitely no place to plug in. I'm going to have to stock up on batteries. I mean, almost everything else I own is rechargeable. You just plug it in, it charges it. I mean, I'm not going to give, I mean, obviously you know who this is, right? You know that this maker, this battery, you've got a reputation here. You have a reputation because the box claims that this copper top this copper top battery is supposed to make this operational for 250 hours. Now, if there's, if I sleep for 8 hours and I make the mouse stay on while I'm awake for, however many hours, and I mean, if I'm smart, I would turn this thing off in between uses because, 250 hours is going to go really fast. And then I know that, it doesn't sound like it, but here, let me do the math for you because I'm a theater kid. And this kind of math has nothing to do with stats. And for whatever reason, I've been blessed with a talent for statistics. And it seems to me that my little brain that goes statistics, statistically speaking, from my experience, I think 250 hours is a little optimistic. Now, am I going to clock 250 hours on this mouse that is not rechargeable? I don't want to carry batteries with me wherever I travel. I mean, yuck. I'm already bummed. My expectations were down here so that I could be excited. All right, strike one. Strike one. Not rechargeable. Math. I was going to do some math here. Let's search for calculator. C-A-L-C-U-L. Calculator. Okay, so 250 hours. This is to give you a sense of how many days that is, right? And if you think about computer use time in a day for a heavy user, I would consider myself pretty much a moderate to heavy computer user. So 250 hours divided by 24 equals a day of some sort. What? So if I left this mouse on, operating 24/7 for 250 hours, approximately. But let's just pretend that you hit the 250 mark, the battery dies, and you have to go get another one. The mouse will stay alive for 10 days, almost 10 and a half days, 10.41 days. More like 10.42, because it's 10.4166666666666666. A lot of sixes and a couple more sixes and then a 7. So we're just going to go with 10.42 days. Okay. Strike 2. My trip lasts longer than 10 days. Urgh, this makes me so sad. I mean, Okay, all right. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I ordered a non-rechargeable Logitech mouse. The mouse itself should work great, right? Okay, so then, you know, tell me, show me how to open this mouse, which is boop, just like that. Oh, slide it back in. Oh, don't break it. Okay, so this, the body of the mouse top, pops off and reveals a spot for a single battery. This is where Mr. Coppertop comes in handy. And it looks like the spring is on the inside. And I know that, like, if I look really closely on the inside, it's going to give me a plus or, you know, positive or negative, right? So I don't even want to fuss with trying to find, no. So I just know that the flat side goes where the spring side goes so that the top side can hit the metal plate, which then sends the current into the mouse so that the mouse's circuits can do their thing. And so that every time you clickety, 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 click, or roly, roly, roll, click, or even look at these two cool programmable side of click, click, can do their thing. So, spring side down. No, I'm actually not fighting with it. Okay, I'm fighting with it a little. Okay. I went in too far of an angle, I guess. Oh, it just slips right in. Okay, so battery in, battery employed, deployed, battery deployed. Okay. Grr. Just like that. That's mouse. I don't know what else to say other than, you know, I guess the next step, I mean, is to see that. I'm not going to shine the laser at you because that's just rude. But there's a little power button here. I am going to do this. And instead of the laser, I'm going to show you that it gave me, okay, you saw that, right? I'm not losing my, ooh, there it goes. Blue light. Power, we have power. Okay, that means that if it were connected to something, it might do mouse things. Now I wish I brought that laptop with me so that I could try the mouse things out. But it didn't do that. So we're gonna power it off. I'm probably not happy. Remember. I want to be happy. I want to be very excited about this. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look, it fits my hand great. I don't have very large hands. I don't have very tiny hands, but I mean, you know, it's a smooth surface. It glides nice. It's got some slightly raised areas on the mouse's base so that it can really move nice. It does move very nicely. Ooh, okay, so that's a positive, right? If you want a mouse that's from Logitech that is less than $40, price point, less than $40, bargain, that moves like silk. I mean, this kind of feels just as smooth as any of the little Apple mice I've had. Smooth. No, I was not marketing my iPad, thank you. I'm just saying the surface is really nice. It's cool. It works. I should be so excited for you right now. I should just be like, you know what? This mouse has so much potential. Potential for the investors of Energizer, Duracell, something calm. Korean subsidy companies that put out batteries from Japan and China. That's made up. I just made that up. That's a lie. It's a fabrication. I don't know anything about that from there. I just know that this mouse could have been made in Cork, Ireland. And then that, for some reason, this is, okay, here's my little story time. All right. Once upon a time, there was a little mouse that needed to be built. And the designer of the little mouse that needed to be built said, well, I've been making all these other great mice, these mice of magnitude, these mice that have now reputations of superiority over other mice. Okay, other than mouses. And so what we need, said this designer, we need a mouse that's just gonna do the basics, but we need to partner with batteries. Well, that's kind of like networking and being social, and I, as an engineer, am anti-social, and I'm shy, and I'm introverted, and I don't know. So instead of partnering with any specific brand of, well, I guess they kind of gave me the copper top. Let's make a temporary relationship with the company Duracell, and we'll take one battery from them for each of these bottom basement mice that I'm going to design. And they're just going to be simple, but they're going to have to be a gaming mouse, somebody said to them. And then the designer's like, has to be a gaming mouse, huh? And gamers, I mean, what separates them from any other mouse user? Well, the designer. The designer was sort of like perplexed, because maybe the designer really didn't play video games. Or maybe he didn't min-max his mouse use. That could be, you know, because that's what one would have to do with a mouse like this. But so the engineer is thinking, and they're thinking, oh, gamers like buttons, because they do things, like they set up macros, and maybe too those people that use those Microsoft products, they too set up macros, especially for those that do the spreadsheets. I mean, say you want to do some sort of like you can say this button using the Logitech hub, this button will do this, and then this button will undo that. Maybe you want to make this a control C and a control V, or maybe you want to just say, hey, this is strafe right or strafe left, or maybe like, you know, this button is fire, this button is, I don't know, right click something. Right click, left click, run faster, step down, change a mouse option or two. Ooh, and then there's the little button. Usually that is what controls the, I know one of you are gonna laugh at me, but that's okay. It's the button that makes the little cursor go, or it makes it just go across the screen very slowly. So either it makes your mouse cursor wild and out of control, or it makes your mouse cursor slower than molasses in Boston and less deadly. You think I'm kidding about these random comments? Like, Google this stuff. I'm not weird. Okay, just a little weird. So we've unboxed the mouse. The mouse came with a battery, which we have stuck inside the mouse, which then powered the mouse so that the circuits of the mouse can do the mouse things. And then there's this. Now, I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, is there something I'm missing? Did I drop something? I feel like I kind of almost feel like I need to read the book. Like, cause it's not that I'm messing anything up. It's just that, like, I'm not exactly thrilled about this purchase. But you know, I'm not gonna diss it, because maybe you have the budget for lots of batteries, and you know, maybe you don't leave your mouse on 24/7, and maybe those 10 days can be amplified, you know, like by only having your mouse on for 4 hours a day. Maybe you're a light user. Maybe you only use your mouse for 2 hours a day, in which case then your mouse is going to last you, before you have to replace that battery, it's going to last a little while longer than 10.42 days. You know, it could be the mouse for you. It could be the mouse for you. I don't think it's the mouse for me though. Can somebody please explain to me this for this? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm really truly baffled by this one. So, I'm gonna reach over, find the little book, which I did, found the little book, and I'm gonna remove my glasses because I am in denial that I don't need bifocals. Okay, so this, the G305 Logitech Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. Oh, holy crap. Sorry. Oh, holy crap. Maybe I really need to read these booklets. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but this gives all the answers that I obviously missed. Can you tell me what I missed? Because the minute I looked at this little diagram, I was like, oh, then it suddenly makes sense, right? It's a Bluetooth mouse. There's no button on there that says that, hey, I need to connect with you. But now that I think about it, it does make sense that this little diagram reveals what I'm missing, which is that little thing that pops out of there it is. I think that's what that is. Okay, see that little thing? That pops out of that back part of the mouse that we took out, and we stuck the battery in, and then we take out this little, and then we plug that into our computer, our laptop. We plug that into the USB port. Now, I'm gonna hold on to this for just a second, because if that little chip is supposed to plug directly into the laptop to carry the signal to go to the mouse to do the thing powered by the battery with the circuits running, please explain to me what this is. Why do I need this? Is this an optional thing? Many questions need many answers here. And so I know that a lot of you are just like me. You take the product out of the box, you stick the battery in it, and you just like want to charge right ahead, because that is how things should work. Plug and play, baby. Plug and play. And so far, I have failed the plug and play. So we're gonna open up the back by giving a little bit of pressure, and it just pops right off. Oh, and look, there it is. One would totally have missed it unless it was the purple one or the turquoise one. Like if you had one of the colorful mice, then this little thing here, you would have noticed it. I would have noticed it. But this is a black mouse. That item is also black, the same color, black. And yes, it has a little Logitech symbol on it. So one would just, you know, look at this, and think, that's a mouse. Okay. Just like I did. Like, you know, no big deal. There's nothing. I just stick the battery in, put the case back on, pop back on, and be like, I'm ready to go, right? And then be sitting here going, huh, why isn't it connecting? And then the lights will go off and you will be like, I should read the book. And then look at the book and go, why do I do this on camera? Why? Why? Because you and I, we're a lot alike. Or we're totally different. But I think we're more alike than you think. And I think that these nails suck. Ooh. Sorry. Okay, so let me put that back in there. And this time I won't shoot it across the floor. Camera, take 2. Okay, so there's this thing when you have fancy nails, it makes it really kind of hard to just pull it out. Okay, Logitech, let me just tell you right now, right here, right now. Men are not the only ones. Okay? In fact, it's not even just women. Anybody who puts on fancy nails is not gonna like you because you did that. You did this thing where you stuck it in a spot. You just stuck it in a spot that I can't like press and have it pop out. Why couldn't you have put a little spring there? Like, that would have been nice of you. I mean, is that why it's below $40? Because you didn't put a spring in there? Shame. For shame. So it's less than $40 because I have to pull it out of the thing so I can stick that in a laptop or computer. You put this in a PC too. Laptop, Bluetooth. Okay, so I'm gonna just set this down in my lap so I don't lose it, since it is now free from the mouse. Put the mouse down and show you this. This thing that I probably should not put my fingertips on because oils, right? You don't want those inside your computer. This little dongle, right? Dongle. You pop that in and away you go. Now, without reading the book, untangle and look at that. This looks like it could fit like that. Is that really what happens? We'll see. Because certainly, this is funny. Thank goodness this is not like, okay, I hope this doesn't like invalidate the warranty or the return, but okay. So this is one big long cable and it is a USB female part and a USB male part, and then there's, it's always fun. Oops, that side doesn't work. Flip it over. I don't think that that's what's supposed to happen. Because I think logically, we all kind of understand how electronics sort of work. So this, I'm thinking, is just an extension. Right? Okay, so I don't want to lose the little part right now because we're going to look at the book. We're going to look at the book and we're going to figure out what the heck that cord is for. I'm going to have to pull that out again. That sounds like fun. I'm making a lot of he said, she said jokes, right? That's what somebody told me. Now, those are completely unintentional. Those are like, oops. Take that as you will. All right, this little book. I have to take my glasses off. So, I'm leaning forward here. We're sharing this little book together. And that's in Vietnamese. So that's not English. Okay. Oh, okay. I still am not 100% sure. Here, how about I turn this around and I fold it over nice and neat and I show you what it is they want me to do. It's out of focus. It's in focus. It's out of focus. Okay, so the top diagram, from what I can tell, is that it's telling me that that little dongle does indeed fit the female end of that cord, and that the cable, the male side, gets plugged into the PC. Okay, that makes sense to me, right? It's like, you know, right into there. That makes sense. But tell me, what does this mean? So that's a router. That's a router. And is it telling me then that this cable is only 2 meters long, and that the distance between the dongle at the end of the cable, which looks like it's plugged into the router? I don't know if that's right. Okay. It says, okay, so that's where your keyboard is, and this must be because this person is using the mouse with their left hand, because keyboard is on the right side. So you left-handed people, this is what you have to do. Right? We're going to make this about left-handed people and right-handed people. Right-handed people go right for the source, super direct, straight up, just stick that dongle in, pow, right to the computer, and away you go. You left-handed creative folks, gotta love you. I don't know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put it, attach it to a router or a modem. It looks like a modem or a router. It could be either. So the cable goes to the router. The female end has the dongle, but the dongle has to be approximately less than 20 centimeters. Does that make sense? Okay, so 2 meter cord, 20 centimeter space. There's the mouse on a mouse pad. There's the cable. I know one of you is going to watch this and you're going to go, you really thought you could go into IT. God, Chris, you're so cute. Pat on the head. It's true. You think I'm laughing, like, for no reason, but there are a lot of people that just want to pat me on the head and say, good luck. Oh, I love those people. Okay, so we took the dongle out, we put the battery in, we shut the cover, we has cable. That's my ooh speak. It did come flying out of this, so I was, you know, not to go back to packaging or anything, but like, you know how the laptop even just had this stupid cheesy piece of plastic covering it and a single piece of tape that was like that, right? Logitech, you know, you could take freaking 6 cents of my purchase and stick a little sticker right there. Seals everything in. That way when you pull it out of the box, parts don't just go flying. That's there you go. There's my rant. Okay, so yay, new mouse. Okay, now this is probably why I'll make a confession. That's magic. Hey, bud. He's sleeping. It's nap time. He hates that I do these while he's sleeping. No, he probably doesn't care at all. So it's nap time. He'll sleep wherever. He's a doggo. He's the best doggo. Okay, so back to what I was saying. And I know I diverted from the storytelling time, but okay. The reason why I'm not as excited as I probably would be is, well, it's because I found this keyboard. Because my husband told me that I needed a separate keyboard. Why, I don't know. But it got me thinking that maybe, okay, maybe he knows something I don't. Maybe the WASD on the laptop's too tiny. Or maybe I just need, you know, be able to really attack a keyboard to type. I guess many people like an extra keyboard, you know. I have hat hair, by the way. So, okay, so I found this keyboard. Now, this brings me to this story. And I know I have a lot of these, but I was once part of a group. I don't know where that group went. I don't know what that group is doing. This is what they should be doing. This is what we were going to do, which was basically unbox things, give a review of things, look into things, show excitement about stuff. I do all that. And so, anyhow, one of the guys, maybe a couple of the guys, I think there's maybe one other female in the group, but one of the guys actually, or two of the guys, made keyboards. Like, they custom designed keyboards. Like, they took the framework of a keyboard and did cool things to keys and molded them and made them beautiful, and basically everything that most keyboards are not. Most keyboards are very generic, very not exciting in general, unless they have some sort of like fun RGB or cool clickety clicks, or not clickety clicks, or smooth clickety clicks. So that's just kind of how that goes. But I found a keyboard that reminded me of my friend, who's still kind of a friend from afar, that cool keyboards exist. And in finding the cool keyboard, guess what I found? A cool mouse. A cooler mouse. Sorry, Mr. Logitech. But I don't think this is gonna cut it for me. But the caveat being said is that while this may not work for me, this could be the answer to your mouse problems. This could be the answer to everything you've ever wanted in a mouse. For less than $40, you've actually got a quality mouse that you're gonna need to keep spending money on because you're gonna keep needing batteries. But other than that, I'm sure it works great. Unless you're left-handed, and then you're gonna need to do that setup. I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding, right? Like, so anyhow, Mr. Mouse, I'm afraid you're gonna go home, back to where you came from. R.I.P. You're gonna make somebody very happy one day. And then it'll be like a match made in heaven. But you and I, you and me, kid, we're never gonna work out. It's just how it goes. It's how we roll. I'm a rolling stone. I'm an adventurer. I'm an intrepid wanderer who just can't be tied down even to a wireless mouse, all because you need a battery. Now, one day, look me up if you ever decide to go without your battery. Meow.